In April 2017, I was almost involved in a murder. As a supernatural enthusiast who has lived in Sacramento, California for the majority of my life, there was a certain street that was constantly catching my attention. That street had a history of awful, strange, scary things happening on it. As a little 8th grader, I had the fantastic idea of going to the street and conducting a ghost hunt. The plan was to go with some of my friends, accompanied by a parent, to the street on April 11th, 2017. I texted everyone and we were all good to go until we chickened out and decided to get ice cream instead. Days later, my mom received a text from one of her friends that she told about the plan. "Good thing Amelia didn't go," she said, and attached a news article. On April 13th, 2017, a 28-year-old woman was discovered dead on the side of the street we were planning to visit. Cause of death, murder. Day this woman had been reported missing, April 11th, 2017. And that is how I was almost involved in a murder on Dyer Lane. Hello and welcome to California Creepies. My name is Amelia York and this dashing gentleman's name is Playtime. We know quarantine has got many people feeling down in the dumps, but hopefully our show can lift your spirits. Speaking of spirits, let's talk about the scariest street in Sacramento, California, Dyer Lane. Dyer Lane is located near Roseville in Placer County. The long, lonely road has a history of both supernatural and socially spine-chilling events, starting all the way back in the 1930s. During this decade, the white supremacist hate group, the Ku Klux Klan, used the street for both meetings and lynchings. It was on Dyer Lane that the group murdered a gentleman under the name of Tyrone. Urban legend has it that the ghosts of both Tyrone and the hateful group can be seen, but that these mysterious figures often fade away as if they were never really there. Could passerbys be mistaking air particles for these figures, or could these really be lost souls, destined to roam the land due to the curse of Dyer Lane? Because, you know, of course there's a curse. What kind of haunted street would it be without one? A coven of witches also used Dyer Lane as a meeting spot. It's never been said what kind of witchcraft they performed, but it has been said that 2 high school boys stumbled upon this coven and killed one of the witches. In retaliation, the coven put out a curse on Dyer Lane, forever binding the street with misfortune, malice, and murder. Great, let's talk about cults. According to Reddit user LollyDoll113, who has lived 5 minutes from Dyer Lane their entire life, in the 1960s, a group of high school girls formed an occult group that used to perform their rituals out in the cow fields near Dyer Lane. One source claims that one of these cult members lured her sister into a field and used her as a human sacrifice to summon, wait for it, a demon. But this occurred 60 years ago, so we don't have to worry about any Satan worshippers, right? Wrong! People claim that they have seen figures lurking around wearing red robes on Dyer Lane to this day. Between the hateful energy from the KKK, the witch's curse, and the sacrifice committed by the Red Robes satanic cult, it's no surprise that violence and fear have continued to haunt this road. In the 1980s, a high school student was killed in a gang fight. In 1995, a 20-year-old was shot in the head. In 2019, at 2 a.m., a woman's car was cornered and then attacked by a mysterious man. And of course, 2017, there was the murder of the 28-year-old woman whose body turned up in the bushes surrounding the street. To be honest, even though I'm super fascinated with the unknown, I'm a skeptic when it comes to ghosts. However, regarding all the circumstances and terrible occurrences that have happened, I know for sure that something's wrong about Dyer Lane. Especially when there's evidence such as this video from ABC 10 showing what a paranormal expert picked up on a recorder when he reached out to the spirits.
Is there anybody here? Is there anybody here?
Kind of sounds like my stomach after Taco Bell, but still. As you can deduct by this point, Dyer Lane is no place to mess with. People who dare to visit this street have gotten hurt, gotten killed, gotten a group of friends together to go ghost hunting with. That's right, baby. You can call me Dr. Venkman, because tonight my friends and I are going to find out if these horror stories about Dyer Lane are all hullabaloo or boo. For female Ghostbusters, the Feminists are taking over. On September 26, 2020, Jenna, Emma, Lailah, and I took on Dyer Lane at around 5:30 p.m. The scariest part is probably finding parking.
Not funny.
I thought it was kind of smart.
Not a good bit.
Okay. Even before we got out of the car, the road's aura left us feeling strange.
This is actually so gross.
Yeah, I know. I feel so, like, weird right now.
Do you guys feel anything?
Yeah, I feel like sick to urinate.
I feel a little hungry, but like that's not out of the normal. Jokes aside, after we began our stroll down the street, we slowly started to see the darkness of Dyer Lane show itself. Because there's so much like junk and garbage out here, you can just like tell this place is so unloved. It's kind of like sad. That woman who is like found murdered out here, like could have been found like anywhere in the bushes, you know? There could have been a body laying like there, and we wouldn't know. Our first experience happened when Emma and Lailah were assaulted by an acorn.
This acorn, like,
No. There, stop.
it didn't fall out of a tree. It went.
No. Yeah, it like hurt. Like it hit me and it hurt.
I would not lie about that shit.
You know what that probably was? The ghost of that squirrel that was killed 50 years ago. While we never got down to the bottom of the possessed nut incident, we did get further down the street where we encountered some not so inviting welcome signs. Okay guys, quick spelling contest. We've got H-E-L-L. What does that spell?
Hell! Emma, no! No!
While things fell off, none of us were downright scared. Yet. That wouldn't be until we faced, quite possibly, the most unsettling thing we could have seen that night.
Oh, that's a dead bird.
There's a dead chicken there, and a dead chicken like there. Two dead chickens who aren't decayed. Like, that's freaking recent.
I don't want to be morbid or anything, but I don't see a chicken beak or a chicken head or anything that resembles that, and so I'm a little scared that they beheaded live chickens and this is the torso. But I don't want to check. I'm not touching it, so.
I guess you could say you're too chicken? This wasn't just an aura. This wasn't any urban legend. This was real. Seeing the bodies opened our eyes to the disturbing core of Dyer Lane. Could this have been a sign telling us to go home?
It's like, I just get really sick to my stomach.
Before we could escape the deadly Dyer Lane, we had to do what we came to do. See if it was haunted. We reached out to the spirits using our friendly-faced Jake Gyllenhaal candle in the hopes that he would attract the lost souls, because who couldn't he attract?
Yeah.
Lailah, do you want to communicate for us since you know?
Sure. I mean, I've never done this on purpose.
While we couldn't seem to raise any dead, all of our tensions certainly were running high.
I don't know if it's...
Yeah. Do you think it's Jake? Is he putting them,
Hold on,
is he intimidating them?
Give me a minute. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this.
Okay, did you guys actually hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
That was just grass though, like.
That was not grass, that was a snap.
Okay, let's can we end it peacefully? Or like, do we need to say anything? Or like, what?
I think I'll just say thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for any information we got, you know, even if it wasn't what we came here for. Thanks.
I think the thing about
No, he's not letting us blow it out.
there's a car coming.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
Well, I might actually.
Just blow it out. Just blow it out.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think Tyrone is fine that we blew it out.
It was an experience.
Out of here. This is absolutely terrible. Let's just open the car. Let's just get in the car. Yeah.
I'm literally opening it.
I'm like done. Oh, here. I'm done.
It's unlocked. I already unlocked it.
Unlocked.
Emma, stop. It is not unlocked.
Literally, look.
You're pressing lock.
All right. Bye, Dyer Lane.
The four of us were scared, paranoid, and ready to get out of the cesspool of darkness that was the street. We began to make our travel home when we saw it. Not a red robe or a ghostly figure, but two glaring headlights coming straight towards our car.
And then I went and then against my better.
Emma, pull forward. Forward.
Oh my gosh, I can't. There's a dip.
I know, it's fine. Okay, I think they're
Going past
they're trying to go past, but I don't know.
They're just going past us.
There's a huge car and like, oh my god.
Yeah, because it looks like a semi.
Fortunately, we all made it home safe, but not quite unscarred from our unforgettable, unnerving venture down Dyer Lane.
This is like I think that's kind of what makes me feel sick is like just beyond the headlights.
While my friends and I didn't encounter any paranormal activity on Dyer Lane, we experienced firsthand what evil and hate can do to a place. Just like the piles of trash that line the road, it seems that people treat the area as a landfill to dump their negative emotions out, leaving chemtrails of death and darkness in the air. Between the satanic symbols, leftovers of sacrifice, and junk everywhere, Dyer Lane feels unloved and unsafe. It may not be haunted, but it's certainly a horrible place to be. Anyways, who wants chicken? If you know of any creepy California places or scary Sacramento locations, comment below where you want me to probably pee myself at next time. This has been Amelia York from California Creepies. See you next time. Unless...